Okay, share my screen. Everybody see that all right?
Oh, nice.
As you can see, this is not our little canoa.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
so this was in South Carolina earlier this year.
Uh-huh.
I am not at this time, having had both shoulders replaced, I'm no longer at this time, notice how I'm saying that, using a long lens camera. So I've got a bridge, a Sony. So I am very thankful for Topaz.
Mhm.
I think Topaz's AI has really helped me get some of the sharpness that I'm after.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
anyway,
Yeah. That's nice.
The Sony's much lighter
this one is, yeah,
shoulders to
yeah.
carry.
You have that little RX 100
Uh-huh.
or 1000, I can't remember.
RX, is it 10?
Oh, man, yeah. A lot of people like
But
that
it
one, yeah.
has good zoom,
Mhm.
so.
It's got a long zoom on it.
Huh?
It's got a really
Yes,
long zoom
very
for a
wonderful
bridge
zoom.
camera, yeah.
And so this was some distance from me, but he or she was busy fishing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice one.
Wondering, you got a little bit, I don't know what this noise
I
pattern
usually
is.
have seen something.
Yeah, some kind of noise pattern in there for something. I don't know. Did you, oh, you did? Oh, I know what it's from.
Okay, then.
It's from AI, from photo AI and Topaz.
Okay.
Every once in a while it happens. And I've noticed it happens on raw photos. Did you take a raw photo in
I'm
there?
sure.
All right, try,
Okay, going over to the.
no, TIFF.
Okay.
Try bringing in a TIFF, because I see that it doesn't do it on TIFF, but I've noticed similar patterns, but wider on my images where they're almost like, grayscale bars or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a bug or not. Try up.
At least now I printed that and it didn't come out on the print.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and it was,
Hmm.
11 by 14.
Well, let's see if maybe it's a visualization thing. So let me try it on Photoshop. I'm just zooming in. No, it's still there. Yeah, it's an art. See, it's an artifact.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I left.
First try, yeah. Was this a while ago or was this,
No, it's just been recent.
did you update to the latest version? Because, up in the upper right, there's a little update button on it.
Yes, I think I was.
Let's see, let me look on mine. I can show you real quick.
And I printed it since I've been here.
Okay. Oh, I didn't activate it on this one yet. All right, never mind. But up over here, it'll show you, it'll say update. Okay. Yeah, just make sure it's updated. I don't know if they fixed that or not. But I was getting the same problems when I fixing raw images with photo AI, but not with TIFFs of the same image. So, yeah, so it's something with the raw that it's doing. Yeah, you can even see it over here. Okay. Something to be aware of.
And then this guy's still in velvet. So this was right before we came down and, so he hadn't quite gone all the way through polishing his antlers and we had the first snow.
Good shot.
Young buck on the wild, huh?
Last
Nice.
shot, perfect.
That was a beautiful shot.
Perfect shot.
I know a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of guys back home like that hit on the wall.
Yeah, no doubt.
Said that to
Yep.
him.
Very nice.
Steaks in my freezer.
Now that deer's out your backyard or you went out to the
No,
forest?
he's in my yard.
Is that?
Yeah, several,
Cool.
not even the largest coming into the yard, so it's really quite fun. Sandy knows basically where I live.
Yeah, that's a beautiful area.
This I did with my phone. And notice I've got some sort of an issue there high that I didn't notice as I was taking them.
Yeah, across it.
Yeah. And Sandy, Teresa was able to get rid of a shadow with Photoshop AI.
Mhm.
Can we get rid of that with?
I don't know. I've never tried something that subtle. I guess we could play with it and see.
Are you shooting through a window?
No.
No, it looks like you got some schmutz on your
And I
lens.
didn't
Yeah,
even
and
know
then
I-
there's some glare. Yeah.
So the next.
Yeah, these little things get fingerprints and all kinds of stuff on them all the time. You just gotta make sure they're clean if you're doing any serious shooting.
So the next two pictures I took,
Mhm.
I actually was working to hide that as much as I could.
Mhm.
And then I liked this close-up because, really, the closer picture.
Yeah, you don't notice
Yeah,
that that much in
it's
this.
still there.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a lot more subtle when it's
But
not color.
here, this is.
Very nice. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Which is of two girls.
Yeah.
Doing
It's
what
really
women do their entire lifetimes.
It's a really good picture.
Yeah, that's nice. So you just barely see it.
So what is that, a light thing or?
Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit of a flare, but I think it's catching
Okay.
something that's, like some schmutz or something on her lens.
Okay,
Or it might just be, skirting it across it, but I'm guessing that the light's over here somewhere in the back, yeah. And high, because you can see it up here, so yeah, it's probably up here. So,
Well, I'm just in trouble there.
I don't know, let's see how good this AI is.
Take small sections at a time, I think the AI will take it out.
Yeah, I might. Let's try the faces first. I don't know if it's that big of a deal in the background.
Especially in the hair.
Yeah,
To me, it was just so iconic with these two girls.
I mean, there's other ways to retouch it, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, what are they whispering about?
Let's just make sure we get that little bit of. Yeah, now we got it all. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is new. Okay. More lawyers nonsense. Okay. Just do it.
I thought that's what it was going to do. It's gonna change them.
Much more artificial.
And you're supposed to pick your favorite down
Yeah.
below.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Wow.
I love it. All right, let's get specific this time.
Yeah, go in a little further.
Yeah. Why does this keep coming up? No. Let's turn this off. I guess somewhere I've got my prompts on.
uh-oh,
That's just not cool. That's what it's doing.
Yeah. All right. Let's just try a little bit at a time and see what happens here. That's pretty funny. So we're just gonna do like here. Not even do her here. Okay. And let's just say,
Just say generate, which should take it out.
remove glare.
or blur.
See if that works.
for pornography in your classes.
Sometimes.
Nope.
Well, there it's replacing the hair, but probably somebody else's. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it does it a little bit, but
Little bit.
yeah, you'd have to fix this little piece here, which you can do with, just with a brush on the mask there. Just take some
I
of that
wonder if
out.
a little spot remover would even take it out, just to draw a line across it, especially in the block area for hair.
Yeah, it could.
Starting to look like her hair then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to the old way.
Yeah, so that's the old one, that's the new one. It's helped a little bit.
Improvement.
Yeah, it's helped a little bit. So yeah, if you worked on it in sections, you could do it. The other way would be to use, you know, either cloning or healing brush and, just kind of tickle it in there. And that would take care of it. So either way, it's gonna be a bit of work.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I could come back and it probably on the black and whites might not even be that visible.
Yeah, it's pretty subtle in the black and whites. You could get rid of it on the black and whites really pretty easily.
Close-up's great.
Yeah, this close up here, I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, you can get rid of that pretty easily, you know. Yeah. Yeah,
Nice shot.
yeah, that is nice.
Very cute.
Yeah, nice work. Oops, what's this from last time, I
That's
guess?
Pat's Pickles.
Yeah. That might have been your,
Or was
your,
that Alan's? Pickles?
Alan, we
Yeah.
showed your photographs.
Pickles,
Yeah, we showed your photographs at the studio class that you submitted, so.
Oh,
What
okay.
the leftover was.
Was there any pickles left?
Probably not. All right,
You need to taste.
well, as long as we got you on the line here, let's start the, there you go. So you got
Oh,
you get
that's nice.
good model shoot finally, huh?
So we got, yeah, so we had a little model shoot here with our camera club up in Calgary. And there was 4 models came in and we got around to 3 of them. So this is took a lot of shots, but these are the ones I think that are pretty good.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Alan, was it studio lighting or outside or what?
oh, this is just all natural lighting. It's in the a big library downtown Calgary. It's a beautiful building.
Okay.
And yeah, we just walked around and took different shots at different locations.
And no
That's-
alterations. You didn't
It's
run.
got 24 to 200 lens, f4 lens. And I think it goes up to 6.3 when you zoom out. So
Mhm.
so this was actually I zoomed in on this pretty tight. The original photo was a lot wasn't quite full, but it was at least a half body, and
Mhm.
she was close to a window. So
Yeah. Nice. She did a good job on her makeup too.
what was that, Sandy?
I said you did a nice job on her makeup as well,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
helps.
So this is the same girl again. So this is in a kind of alcove. I've turned the background, desaturated it anyway, and it was just like a wooden background, like a wood color, and it was just pretty blah looking. So I thought this would help stand her out a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you can see the original here.
Oh, I missed that wee bit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that one though. Yeah, no, I think,
There's always something, isn't there?
yeah,
Always something.
that's a good choice. Yeah, that's a good choice of neutralizing that though, I think. I would also consider cropping it down a bit.
Drop that down a wee bit, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of bring it into her. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that helps a bit.
Alan, on the first picture, were you lower than the subject?
Was I what?
What angle were you taking?
Your point of view, where you, you looks like you're a little below her chin.
Well, like I said, so she was, I would say probably at least 10 or 15 feet away from me. So, I would say it's probably the right, similar height,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit lower, as you can see that.
I was just looking at the chin and.
That was one of the suggestions that the guy had made is try and get a little bit lower than them to make them look taller, I guess. So,
Mhm.
Alan, what, or Sandy, whoever can hear me talk. My comment on that is
On this one or
the last one.
the previous one?
Based on what her question was, you know, the dreaded up the nostril shot.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that.
No.
The picture's so attractive that there is not the dreaded up the nostril, right, Sandy Dunn?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I also like the shadow around the hand,
Mhm.
that just.
Yeah, it separates her face
Mhm.
nicely. You know, you probably tone this down a little bit, kind of like there.
Thin it down a bit,
Yeah, just the white, because, you know, here it's,
or tone it down a bit, okay.
tone it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a little darker.
What did you think of the hand? Because I could have came out a little bit from her hand, you know, to the left. I could have stretched it a
Yeah,
little.
yeah, you probably could have, but it doesn't bother me because you left a little air in there, which is okay.
Okay.
You know, you're getting a little close here though, so maybe you can come out just a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know, you've got this going here. I mean, you might even want to just go tighter, you know, kind of like that.
Oh, tighter, yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
You know, that's another try. In fact, I'd even go tighter and get rid of that corner up there. You know,
Yeah.
or darken it down, yeah. I don't know if I don't think I'd want to lose
No.
that peak in the part. So yeah, I would just darken this down a lot. So it goes away. But
So
yeah,
do you prefer that crop as to the other one?
you know,
You know what? I think I do, actually.
yeah, I think it brings you into her eyes and her nose and her mouth a little more.
Yeah.
And then I would tone this part of her hand down a little bit too.
Do what was
So-
it?
Tone it down a bit so that your
I-
goes here.
I did very little to these images, all of these images. So the Nikon had brought out a new a release, an update on firmware.
Mhm.
And one of them was this rich tone, oh, I can't remember what it's called, rich tone something. And I had activated that in the camera, and I think that's actually improved the skin qualities and stuff. So
Mhm. I don't know how to get rid of all these directions. It's probably some of the preferences. I just haven't messed with it. All right, I'm just gonna grab a brush real quick here in the local stuff. And you know, I'm just gonna kind of go over this area a bit. Okay. Close enough for horseshoes here. I would just maybe take the highlight down a little bit and some white down a little bit. Don't want to get them too dingy though. So to counteract that, I would just maybe make it just a hair redder and a hair warmer. There you go. Okay, so it's not so grayish.
okay.
All right. Now, the other thing you might want to try too is make a new mask, take a brush, make a really nice big soft one. Now, the difference between that inner circle and the outer circle, the white ones, is the feathering. So this is kind of feathered out nicely. Let me undo that real quick though. What I would do in this case is it's got auto mask on. You want it to just kind of hit the area softly. So I'm just going to kind of do this, and then I'm going to come back, hit my option key and take it off this area a little bit. Let me up that. My flow is down really low. Okay. All right. And then what you can do is maybe just make her face just a hair brighter with
Okay.
white. Mhm. Like that. And I think that might be enough difference. So there's your before, there's your after. So instead of looking at the hand, now you're looking at the face.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm. And then after that's done, you can, then you can crop it down.
Side by side. I mean,
Yeah, I might be able to do that. Hang on real quick here. Let me just. Oh, the other thing we were gonna do is take care of that corner. Oops. There we go. So. Yeah, let's try that. And see where that goes. Okay,
That's very intimate, really getting close.
yeah, so I probably should have cropped it before I went in the camera, then I could have knocked that down, but we can do that here, we can just grab a curves layer here and just invert the mask using Command I for invert, and then get a white brush. And make the brush small. Sure it's 100%. Okay, now when we open that curve up, we can darken that area down. Yep.
What about putting a little vignette around that? That would work as well, eh? A little bit.
Yeah, there we go. My way, yeah. There it is. So basically, yeah, we're just darkening that down a bit. So it's not in your face, bright, just a hint. Or the other way I would do it would be to go back here, we'll put a layer above it and we'll just get our clone tool. Make it a little bigger. And keep the flow, we'll take the flow up to about 70–80%. And then make sure it's on current and below, so that way, since it's a new layer, and just clone it out. That'd probably be easier.
Yeah,
Okay?
good.
Yes.
I think I prefer that crop. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
On the previous version, with the two fingers still there, I just had a thought, just trying to see a possibility to solve that top. Sandy, what if you popped a vignette around it, and knock out that top corner?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you can do that too. But you don't want it darkening this area probably, or this area, because you want the hair detail. So instead of making a vignette, you could just kind of paint an area in there with a mask, and then you can alter that area, make it darker or lighter. Yeah. So that's another possibility too. Or just select the background and make it darker,
Right.
which was my first thought.
Yeah.
Want to keep this
Just
crop.
knock it out completely.
Well, yeah, you can knock it out completely too, but you could just isolate that area with a mask and then make it darker.
Right.
Rather than cutting it out.
Good.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks.
Oh, I like the shadows on this one.
Yeah, I really like this shot. I like the pose of it, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah.
Good one.
She's got a striking profile as well. I like subtle things a lot too, like the reflective light you're getting in the scarf here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real
The
nice.
background's cool.
That background, just so as you know, is actually all windows.
Mhm.
These white areas are all windows, yeah.
Yeah. Have you shot that building before?
Lots of times, quite a lot of time, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I remembered seeing those windows. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll prefer this though than to the other one. This is my favorite one of them all so far, I guess. This one.
Yeah.
It's really good, Alan.
Yeah, I would maybe cut into here so you don't have this light and dark cone on here. right up
okay.
the edge. You know, just let this one come off the page, so maybe crop to about here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so this one, I really like this image. But, and I made the background, you know, black and white, basically, just to
Mhm.
pop her out a little bit, because she's got really red hair, right? So,
yeah,
and I loved all the kind of leading lines that's all going everywhere here, so.
Yeah.
So the top of the stairs is just, kind of level with our chest there.
Mm.
And above that area is all ceiling.
Mhm.
That's ceiling up there. It's just, it's an amazing building. Could spend hours in it, just walking around.
yeah. Nice,
The ceiling lines lead right into her face.
yeah,
Very good composition.
yeah, everything's kind of driving into her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even this kind of points at her somewhat. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. I-
And this is one of the first shots I took when I got back to Calgary.
Uh-huh.
I found some swans on the river. And yeah, this one's super high key, shall we say.
Mhm.
I have a number of different variations of it, but I really like this one because it lends your imagination into where the neck's going, and you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I wonder if just a hint more to finish this edge here.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
And then same on the back. Just a hint more. And then I would probably crop all this open space out, maybe somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Or add more, so she is, the swan is offset maybe, on the right half of the page, but I think maybe it's just a little too much.
Too much, okay.
Yeah, so either add a little more or get rid of it, yeah.
It started as a color photograph.
Yeah, they all, because they're digital, and then
Uh,
and then you convert to black and white and they go to high key. Yeah,
I love the reflection just below the beak there, so.
yeah, that's wonderful, and same with,
And around the.
Yeah. yeah. Very nice.
Well, that's my lot for today.
Good job.
Nice job, yeah.
Nice job, yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Dave. David Short.
Locally, locally. So if you guys have been watching, I've been attending by Zoom. I've been doing a lot of watercolor portraits. And at the same time, I've been working on some architectural pieces. And they're composite images. This building is in Auburn in the Gold Country. It's the courthouse. And there's 5 pieces composed here. Well, more than 5, because the center has some collage. So,
Oh, on the column.
yeah, same vantage point, but those are 2 different shots. And then I put the columns in, Sandy.
Mhm.
And then it was shot in the sepia tonality. And then run through a rendering program, the Be Funky graphic novel. And I really like it, but the fun part is always a surprise, Sandy. The architectural elements look like rigatoni pasta. The ones under the roof.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always a surprise when you render something. You're not exactly sure how it's going.
Yeah,
And sometimes it gets so crazy, the rendering tool, that I have to dial it back
yeah,
to the closer to the original photo.
sure. You just want a subtle change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't think for themselves. You have to direct them.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's coming along.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a chowder house in Long Beach, Washington. The man who built this restaurant created these mind-boggling shingle work. And what I did to it is I just cropped it a little bit, and to amplify the effect, I just rotated the reflective image symmetrically. So
Yeah,
I enhanced the mind-boggling shingle work effect, you know.
And created some kind of insect back here. It's
Yeah,
devouring
it
the
combined the
buildings.
tree with itself.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another discipline that a lot of people do is a symmetry. So that might be something that you might want to veer off into as well.
Yeah.
But I kind of like your original treatment where you're doing your 2 and 3 together, rather than the symmetrical flop, but yeah. this works.
Also.
Well, you
Sandy,
you do that sometimes though and split it and put something else in the
stuff
middle.
in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, whereas here, they're just butting up and creating another thing here
Yeah.
altogether.
Your point's good on this, because when you do a symmetrical flop, the picture gets really long and it becomes a letterbox.
Mhm.
Cause I cropped some on the bottom and the top as well, but it becomes almost so long.
Yeah, yeah.
It becomes a, what do you call it, like a panoramic.
Right, or cinema.
I might go back to this one and stack it. Put one on top of it,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, or flip it down, yeah, up or down.
yeah, oh, yeah, like it's a water reflection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another possibility. Well, I guess the other thing you do is just crop this area here, you know, that could be
Oh, yeah.
something of its own too, you
Yeah,
know.
show that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
that's mind-boggling right there.
sure, you know, so there's a lot of ways you can
Yeah.
go with this. Okay,
Okay, another architectural piece. This is downtown Seattle, Pioneer Square. They have a lot of very antique buildings. This is the clock tower, and I cropped in another old building face. And then again, Sandy, rotate the exact same image
Mhm.
on the other side.
Mhm.
So
People are going to be searching the internet to where to find this place.
yeah, they're gonna film this now.
Look, it's in 2 time zones.
Yeah, it changes the time.
A before and after.
There you go.
So, you know, Sandy, I'm experimenting with all different themes.
Well,
People, architecture,
yeah, it's
landscape.
working out. I think the architecture really lends itself
Yeah.
to this stuff.
Yeah, the angles are really interesting.
Mhm. Yeah,
You know, me and my wife created this. We looked at what time it really was. Sandy, I can't see that far. On the left is the real time.
10 after 5.
Okay,
yeah.
so this picture could not have been as effective if it was 2 in the afternoon or 12 in the afternoon.
Right.
Because you wouldn't have had the light gradations
Mhm.
and the shadows.
Yeah.
It's getting close to the golden hour.
Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to correct it, all you had to do is cut this face out and
Oh,
flip and flip it, then it would
Yeah.
match. Then people would really wonder. You know, that's something else that you could kind of play around with. Oh, that's fun.
This, folks, when you first look at it, you might think I shot this in one piece.
Mhm.
And on second look, you're gonna discover this is impossible to be real.
Yeah. I really like this one, Dave.
What?
I like this one.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
This is very nice, Dave. This is
Thank you, Paula. And then, you guys, this was an antique building in Roslyn, Washington,
Mhm.
composed with a happy hour bar in Auburn, California, in the gold country.
Mhm.
So took a lot of cutting and exploring and rotating back and forth.
Yeah.
So The bank, it was a bank building, that's one shot that I cut apart
Mhm.
and added the happy hour slice. And then technically it's shot in the sepia vignette, Sandy,
Right.
and then rendered with the graphic novel.
Yeah. To be a little more neutral on that screen than I guess what you think. I think that's probably more like. Yeah. This is probably more sepia than.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's moving up there, it's probably more what you intended with that particular law. Okay.
And then finally, back in the gold country, I shoot a lot of pictures out the window, Sandy, at a red light of all things, bang, because I saw this and I know I'm never gonna be there.
Right.
Again, I gotta shoot it
Yeah.
right now.
We're all
right
guilty
out
of
the
this,
window,
guilty as
color.
charged on that one.
And you get two shots of this Victorian house. Kind of amazing architectural decoration. Did some cropping and composed it. And rendered it.
Mhm.
So it was a full color picture. And the rendering program drains out a lot of the color. And it kind of, this kind of has a cake frosting feeling visually,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
It's kind of gooey.
And I really like this reflection here.
Yeah.
It almost looks like an R, maybe you can call it like the Roberts house or something.
And if you look close on the window, the 2 points are heading towards each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, that too.
You know,
Yeah.
there's
The
just
reiteration here.
wonderful.
Mhm.
The gold country is photographic gold mine.
Yeah,
If you're interested in architecture, history, artifacts, museums.
yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot of
think I've,
Victorian stuff.
yeah, I don't think I've been.
You haven't been there, Sam?
Yeah, where is it exactly in California?
California Highway 49
Yeah,
runs from Auburn to Sonora on State Route 49. It's called the Gold Country where they discovered gold.
okay,
It's beautiful. You gotta put it on your radar.
I will,
Yeah, photographic gold mine up there.
okay. All right, Dave Erickson. Well, that's a little different for you.
I see on the Yellowstone River that's mostly been eaten away,
Mhm.
but I liked it, and I put it in topaz and gave it a fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
A little more painterly. Yeah, I like
Sandy,
that.
didn't we just see a bunch of bulls piled up, bull skulls piled up?
Well,
Jim had it?
I had one and I think somebody else did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That reminds me of that.
that was a while back, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
Is that Aspen?
Teton National Park, just a couple of aspen trees.
Mhm.
Perfect. What did you run that through?
Topaz, that one had a soft orange,
Mhm.
so it added a little sharpness
Yeah,
and increased the color intensity, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
yeah, give it a little more depth of field separation too, I think, probably. Sharpening up.
Topaz Studio,
Pardon?
Topaz Studio. It's Topaz Studio.
It's the original free version I got
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Oh, so the old Topaz Studio, yeah, and that's Studio too, but yeah, boy, it's hard to find any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah, this is I call it a mini landscape.
Mhm.
In Joshua Tree National Park.
No, okay,
It's just kind of a little rock cliff, and I like this barrel cactus, kind of found a niche.
it sure did.
nice shot, Dave.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Love the colors.
Yeah,
That's
textures.
really pretty.
Dave, is that an Indian carving or is that natural? What?
That rock,
Yeah.
no, that's natural. It almost looks like somebody stacked.
Yeah, it looks like mason work.
boulders there, but it's
Yeah.
just the natural,
I
or
thought
the
maybe
sandstone broke.
in an Inca or Mayan place.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just the erosion.
Another reason why I liked it. It's kind of
Yeah, yeah,
natural but unnatural.
yeah. This one here too is really
Yeah.
nice.
No, no, it's very interesting shot.
Shadows, yeah,
Like chilling on that rock.
nice.
Ah,
The tree,
Hmm.
kind of looking
Joshua tree.
into the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it. I like it.
Mhm.
Topaz,
I'd like to go there.
working glow,
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
kind of
Mhm.
popped out the green. And the oranges.
Very nice. Yeah.
And this was Alaska,
Mhm.
and I just was walking around and I saw this tree with the stump that had this blue-green lichen and these beautiful green leaves
Yeah,
tucked below it.
Beautiful.
yeah, nice. Little dapples of sunlight. Nice, very nice.
Dave. I'm the other Dave.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet you. You're beautiful. Your bird of paradise and your barrel cactus the last time was
Yeah.
so good, you know.
Well, I'm still learning, but
You're still learning.
it's better.
Aren't we all? So, did you spend a lot of time in Alaska or
Pardon?
did you spend a lot of time in Alaska or?
No, 4 days.
Oh, just 4 days, wow,
3 days fishing,
right,
afternoons walking around
yeah.
town.
Was it Daryl that was from Alaska that's in our studio class?
Yeah, he's from Alaska.
Yeah, 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 should put you two guys together. He comes to this class once in a while too, but I think he's in Puerto Vallarta right now. I think he's in Puerto Vallarta right now, he took a vacation.
Oh,
Yeah.
Daryl?
Daryl, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I guess he lived up there for a long time. Okay, Don.
This is Amsterdam, this is the main part of the city, the square, more or less. All the apartments and stuff, and the boats down underneath there, they're doing repair work on the buildings and stuff.
Ah, okay. Boy, those safety jackets really show up, don't they?
Oh, I hope they've got flood insurance.
Yeah, nice. The reflections are wonderful. It
Super shot.
almost looks like an oil painting.
Very nice.
Yep.
Thank you. This is another shot in Amsterdam, this is one of the smaller canals that
Mhm.
run through there, I like it because of all the bicycles lined up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the main mode of transportation. That and walking.
Mhm. I wonder if maybe you highlighted this area just a little bit,
What I was thinking now, it looks.
because it just kind of blends into the background,
does.
something to separate it.
Put a little radio filter on that and lighten that up.
Yeah, all across there. Yeah, or you could just come across with a brush and tickle it in where you want it. Yeah. That would be nice. Just a little separation on there. Yeah, it would help out.
It kind of blends in there the way it is right now.
Mhm.
Don, these pictures have amazing perspective. The vanishing
Thank
point.
you.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is the village of Veer in the Netherlands.
Mm.
And a gal had her kids with her bicycle and
Bicycle.
on her bike, and they were going out for the afternoon. So I seen it coming, so I just.
You get the kids
grabbed
bike in there.
pictures. I just love their bicycles though, where they haul everything with them.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what lens are you using there, Don?
What lens Alan wants to know?
24 to 120.
Okay.
yeah, so 24 to 120. Again, I would get a little more separation between her and the background as well, either
Okay.
brighten her up or make the background just slightly darker,
Okay.
but not that much. And then you might want to darken this awning up a little bit too, so it brings her
Okay.
a little more prominent. Just a hair, but yeah. That's a possibility.
And this one here is Nordic. Netherlands, this is on the waterfront. At one point, this was one of the main entrances into the fort.
Uh-huh.
I just like the glass and all the architect around it and stuff. I
So
tried to
that,
do some things with the garbage can and stuff are on the left, and it just didn't want to turn out right, so I finally give up on it, left it go.
yeah,
That's the way it was.
all right.
AI would get rid of that real quick.
Yeah, I
Probably
think,
would now.
yeah, now it would. So this is some kind of
The crest.
crest of that
king or-
particular king or, yeah. Well, nice.
And this is Doric also, but it's some kind of like what we would consider a courthouse or. I just like the way you come in with your boat, and got the steps up to go if you don't, you know.
Let me just try
Water
something.
everything.
I don't know if this is on cinema or not. Let's just look real quick here. Oh, it's standard picture mode. Let's change that to maybe movie. Yeah. Yeah, let's try movie. It's a little dull, but it's closer to what we had. That go away. Yeah, it's a. Maybe one thing here. Right, just a little bit. Okay, that's probably a little better. Well, if we get rid of that. Okay. Yeah,
What if you corrected that, so that it takes out the wide angle distortion there a little bit, like.
Oh, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, you can do that pretty quick.
You're talking about that curve?
No, the
Yeah.
keystoning from the angle, yeah. Yeah, I think Camera Raw has that as well, so you don't have to go in the Lightroom. Let's see. Of course, they put everything in different places than they do in Lightroom, so I have to look for it real quick here, but maybe it's under optics. Oh, it's not on automatic one.
There's an automatic one in
Is it geometry? Yeah,
geometry.
yeah,
There you go.
There you go.
yeah.
Wow,
Makes a big difference.
big, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Click.
and then, yeah, you can,
You can also bring it forward a little bit as well, I think.
what was that, Alan?
Bring the tower part, I think you can rotate that forward as well towards. You can bend it forward a bit.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't know if there's any more top on this or not.
Probably not.
Yeah, in Lightroom, you can actually, scale it down a little bit. Well, here you could just make the background a little bigger and use
Yeah.
generative AI to extend the clouds and the little bit up here that,
I like that better though. I think that's.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, to get that eagle back. Okay. Good call, Alan.
That's-
Okay, thanks, Don.
Don, were you always on land or did you take
It
a
was cruise.
canal cruise?
It was a cruise.
You were shooting off the boat?
No, we was on ground.
Oh,
Okay, so we got everybody but Paula, right? Okay, Paula.
All right, this is another generative AI. It's basically going to be used as a book cover. But I made some more changes since I sent this in.
Mhm.
If you look above the train, it looks like there's a line that goes straight across. So I went into AI and I removed that and it blended it better.
Mhm.
And I took out this white spot that's just above the cab
Oh, right.
over here. Yeah, I took that out.
Okay.
But yeah, that's going to be used as a book cover.
Nice.
What's the title?
Vengeance.
Okay.
What's it called?
Vengeance.
Vengeance, okay.
Wait, so Paula, this is 100% AI.
Correct.
You just gave it commands. You didn't enter one of your
I
own.
went through a dozen photos of a train derailment type thing to get what would work.
Mhm. Very cool.
Oh, sure.
And this is a close-up of a lily that I did a number of years ago. I just touched it up a little bit, took out some stuff that I didn't want in it,
Mhm.
and basically that's it.
I like the subtleties.
Yeah. It's composition.
Mhm. Oh, no, it's getting a little washed out up there. I'm trying to get the screen in the room better.
Yeah,
That's what you guys submitted, but
right. This is the Portofino Hotel at Universal Studios, taken from across the pond or lake, whatever it is, looking back at it.
okay.
And the buildings on the right were all in shadow, so I lightened them up, got the reflection underneath them much better, and
Mhm.
did a little stuff to the sky to get some of that in the water. I thought about cropping this green right out of the bottom, but I
Yeah.
decided to leave it in.
I'm looking at it now too. It could go either way,
Yeah.
it brings you back around,
Mhm.
you know.
Perfect time of day.
Yeah.
Shot.
This is my shellfish. Basically, it was 3 shells, and I put it in. I worked on the sand around it, and then did each of the shells individually. And the shadow between the larger one and the one on the left, I decided to leave in just for a little bit of a separation.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that works. This almost looks like a fish in itself.
Exactly.
Mouth, yeah. Nice. I wonder if you should maybe try taking this and putting it out this way for a tail.
Well,
Yeah, that might be another project.
indeed.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So run through Japan again.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
So this was just over a kitchen sink in one of the Shogun residences. And I just liked the
Mm.
light was kind of coming in and everything else. And I thought this was a spot I was gonna take it out, but it turns out it's a little beetle bug up there.
Oh,
So I left him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
The tones are very warm.
yeah, yeah. This was just iPhone shop. So I used quite a bit there for interiors because it just works so well in low light. Just
Oh, yeah.
on the rice fields.
It's just
We're
so
in
different.
fall, so things are starting to turn, so I guess they rotate them, so some were green, some were brown, and some were totally gone, already harvested, so.
So would that be like a tool shed or?
I think so, yeah, or a place to rest, yeah.
Mist in the mountains is awesome too.
Yeah, I like these little streaks of light
Yeah,
too.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's just so different, isn't it? It's just amazing.
yeah, it's like being on another planet. And Fuji late afternoon shooting across
Great shot, yeah.
up on a ridge on one side of this valley and shooting straight across toward evening. And then to the right is a pretty good sized city. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, Fuji is just amazing. It's so big and prominent on the landscape. It's just amazing.
It's even better with the foothills in front of it.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is from one of the lakes and
Oh, yeah.
a little more in perspective there. Again, so this was shot really low and yeah, I believe this was an iPhone shot as well. And one of the castles.
With the creaky floors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they designed them that way so that they could hear people sneaking
Yeah.
up. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was, we were
Yes.
actually, building that was over to the right were all the, they had all the people that were attending and taking care of, the servants' quarters and so forth. And we came out of there just about closing time and I was actually looking away from this and the sun was getting real warm and I thought, wow, it's getting to be that kind of light. And I turned around and all these clouds were there that weren't there.
I was just going to say the clouds are amazing.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, about another 15 minutes and they were gone too, because we walked down from there and we're going back to the car and I was gonna get another shot further away and they were gone, so.
So what is the structure itself? Is that wood or?
Yep, yeah,
All wood, yeah.
yeah, it's wood and masonry and inside's all wood, so all the beams and columns are these huge old trees that you never see anymore, just hand hewn. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And this is yeah, a little concrete Tory gate. I'm guessing it's probably not there anymore. This was right maybe within a mile of the epicenter of that last earthquake that
Oh,
was recent.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's there anymore or not.
that looks like giant corks and
Yeah. Yeah, these almost look like, yeah, these almost look like it's that game you used to play with the ball and
Balls and
jacks.
yeah,
Jacks, yeah. Yeah, they had those all over to break for tsunamis and what have you.
Are they concrete and then that's just the way they've,
Yeah, weathered, yeah, yeah. So really, the only thing that's not concrete here is this rope work.
really nice.
Neat shot, Sandy.
Oh, thanks.
Horizon and the waves crashing.
Yeah, just
Wow.
one of the shrines. I really like the perspective on this.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Excellent.
That's really good.
So how did you manage to get rid of all the people?
I waited. There's one way to do it where you shoot a bunch of shots, static, and then you put them together and erase the people out of the areas, or when you blend them, they can get rid of the people, but I just, most of the time would just wait and just get it. Maybe might be one person in there and then I can knock them out, but a lot of times, if you wait long enough, you'll catch a little moment there where there's nobody there.
What is it, Sandy?
It's a shrine.
A shrine.
Yeah, it's one of their shrines, yeah.
It's not a restaurant or something.
No.
Oh.
And just a couple guys out
That's
fishing
nice.
late afternoon, kind of hazy.
Hmm.
That's a universal theme.
Isn't it?
People sitting on a pier.
Yeah, fishing, yep. And a different kind of concrete barrier. I was kind of fascinated with all the different shapes they had.
Nice.
Amazing. Better and big blocks.
Yeah, yeah, those things were probably about 5 feet in length, with pretty good size, and then late afternoon sun. I don't remember if I showed this one before or not, but I was actually on my way in Nara to see another shrine that was a pagoda had on it, and the sun was catching that nicely. And then as I was walking, I was probably about shoulder height on this one, so I just turned around and picked my camera up a little bit, so I wasn't shooting up too high, and I was able to get it nice and square, so I wasn't, getting a bad perspective on it. But I guess these used to be tree stumps.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, back in the day. But I really like these little dragons up on top, especially with that color light. And it's just an old abandoned bridge.
Mm.
Kind of getting grown over. This stuff is kind of growing all over the one side here.
So is that like wood wrapped around the top rail?
No, it's some kind of streamer.
Oh,
I think it's linen,
oh, okay.
like a cloth streamer. And then the golden
I
pagoda.
recognize this one.
I'll bet you do. This is near Kyoto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw a shot of this recently with about 3 foot of snow on top of it.
Oh. Is that called the Gold House or something? Or-
Yeah, exactly. And this was just an old abandoned bowling alley we saw out in one of the little towns we were passing through, and I just had to stop and shoot it. I just loved the way it was decaying, and that big bowling ball, bowling pin on the top.
I wouldn't have expected to see that in Japan.
I know, they're usually pretty good about
Yeah, they
getting things down
take
right
that,
away.
refurbish it, clean it up, and
Yep.
do something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty rare. In fact, their cars were so pristine, you didn't see a dent. And they all look like they just got washed.
On the cars?
Yeah, everything. The cars, their sneakers, I mean, they were white. You didn't see a scuff or anything on them. They even, in the laundrette, they even had a machine just for sneakers.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Okay, well, that's what I got this time. All right.
very cool.
Well, is there anything in any of the tools or programs you guys are having any issues with that you might want to go over this time or next? Like in Photoshop or Luminaire or Lightroom? Yeah,
if you want to work on Luminar at all, I'd be interested.
yeah, I can do it,
Anybody-
right?
Is anybody else using?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, okay.
I know there's lots of stuff on Lightroom. I just tend to go in and use the same stuff all the time. And
Mhm,
then a lot of stuff I just bypass because I really don't know what it does. So
mhm.
maybe.
Yeah, we do concentrate a lot on the selective masking, which I've been playing around a little bit more with, like for instance, let's see if I can find something that's blown out or whatever that we can work on. Well, I don't know if we can do it on this one. Let's give it a try. It's kind of small. Yeah, this might be a little challenging because it's kind of white on white, but I guess we can see there's something we can do with that. So if I was gonna do this initially, I would probably go back to the raw state or turn off some of my high key corrections so I could see these edges a little better.
Right.
But since I can't, maybe what I will do is just go back to the general and yeah, kind of bring the exposure down and the contrast up a little.
Wow, Sandy, there's a lot more bird there.
Yeah,
Oh, there's the whole birds here.
Alan, what are you doing? Look what Sandy did.
yeah.
Alan, I find myself as to when do I use highlights and when do I use the whites and blacks? So when do I use highlight shadows and when do I use whites, blacks?
Well, they kind of do different things. Let me get another image for that. But yeah, you might be able to get away with just doing it with general. Originally I was gonna go in here and highlight these areas. But maybe just doing that and then bring the whites back. I don't want to bring them up too much. Something else might work. Yeah, clarity and dehaze, and then maybe go back and bring the exposure up a bit. Oh, actually, see, if I bring the highlights down, it's going to affect the image a little differently than if I bring the whites down. See how the whites just kind of, you can watch the graph, the histogram too, kind of see the difference between how that, see how it spreads it out and then narrows it as you, so as you bring the highlights down, it narrows the histogram. Whereas on the whites, it just kind of moves it, it narrows it a little bit, but not as much. So it just affects the midtones and the highlights a little differently. So depending on the image, which one you move and how much you move it is depending on what you want to achieve,
Sandy, was all that information there because it was a raw photo?
Well, yeah, but it's a JPEG now, so we're working.
It's
JPEG.
amazing what came up.
Yeah, you can pull a lot out. But yeah,
The original photo is a full photo of a swan in
Yeah.
color, so.
yeah. So somewhere between here and here, I think is where you go.
I have another one. I have another one that's similar to that. That's
Mhm.
I just wanted to. I like the idea of it, disappearing and then just.
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah,
just-
I've probably brought it a little too far. So, again, with bringing your whites up and your exposure slightly.
yeah. Yeah,
So
and that's
we're there.
pretty close to one of the other versions that I've got. Yeah.
The disappearing effect is cool too.
Now, the other thing you can do is you can take this, okay, and I thought about this in the beginning. So now I've got them both. So what I could do on this one is put a mask on it. So this is the one you did originally. This is the one we've enhanced.
Yeah.
So you could, add a mask to this and take a brush with black. So I'm going to use the X key to switch these. So the black is your primary color, and then go to a brush up here and maybe with like 30%, I could just kind of bring some of that in where I want it.
And you get just,
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah, and just be selective as to where I want to put it.
Yeah.
Just to get a little hint more of what's going on,
Right.
and that would be enough.
Yeah.
I think that's an easier way to go than to making a bunch of masks in Camera Raw or Lightroom. Just get it to where you want it and then pull it through.
What,
The-
Alan,
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
was the background completely removed? Or were you just overexposed in the original photo?
I can't quite remember. No, the original photo had sky and water and everything, so
yeah, so
blowing out, just
he just pulled it out in post. Yeah, he just took it to white. Mhm. Yeah. So basically, you start with a nice fully exposed image and then you get creative from there.
yeah, that was a really nice image. But I was just messing around with it and I came across this and I thought, wow, I kind of like that. So,
You know, now you can play with presets and kind of fool around and see, you know, if you're not.
Sandy, this effect that he has going reminds me of Japanese Zen ink drawings,
Right.
where, I mean, you don't see the whole animal, you just see spots, like,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Zen paintings.
Yeah, yeah.
well, that was the idea, just to have some of it there and let your imagination fill in the rest of it. Because you know what this one looks like, right? So,
Yeah, so basically we've gone from here to here, which isn't much of a reach, but I think it's enough to give you some detail. And maybe you might want to take some of this out, you know, that's
Yeah.
your call. And that's easy enough to do by you know, just changing this back to white and maybe taking it down a bit.
yeah. Good. No.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was looking for, really.
There you go. Well, now you know how to achieve it.
Wow, it's good.
You're good to go. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah,
Almost looks like a pencil drawing now, you know?
yeah. So I think I sent you guys some YouTubes in a mailing recently about the difference between highlight and white and shadow and black. Do you have any of my old emails, Jane?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Because if you don't, I can send them to you again. Yeah, all right.
Good.
Let's do that. Hang on, let me stop share here and end the recording. Can never remember where the darn thing is. I keep moving it around.
So I made you